Hello and welcome back. Here in this lecture, we're going to learn about the difference between Java Standard Edition and Java Enterprise Edition. So let's start. Java Standard Edition and Enterprise Editions are the core functionalities or the key units of a Java ecosystem or Java programming language. When you're trying to learn the Java programming and use it in the real world, there could be various scenarios, and for those different scenarios, you have to choose whether you are going to starting your journey with Java Standard Edition or Enterprise Edition. If you are going to develop certain things that are based on desktop softwares, say a video player or like a VLC or a media player or anything like that, you would be using Java Standard Edition or any client applications. And when you are going to develop your website or server side, implement your server side logic, create a certain kind of exchange server, email server, or a payment gateway or things like that, you will be using the Java Enterprise Edition. So here in this lecture, we are getting into depth about the difference between the two, just for the beginners who have a little glimpse of these two things. So Java Standard Edition is the core Java programming platform. Because it is the core, it is the basic thing of the Java programming, just like the core of Earth is things like whenever you are standing on the Earth, it is based on its code. Similarly, the standard edition, the keys are like string library, the data files, and things like that that are basic. It would be used in enterprise editions as well, like Java.lang library, language, Java input output, Java math, Java.net, Java.utils. These are all the libraries and the APIs that any Java programmer should learn. So whether you are trying to build your desktop applications or be moved with server editions, you have to start your journey with the standard edition. So when you are moving ahead with the server implementation, you have to learn the enterprise edition, the Java EE. Uh, it differs from the standard library by adding more libraries, APIs, or functionalities that would help you to deploy the fault-tolerant, distributed, and multi-tier, the client server. These are the two-tier architecture, the client server and the database server, the three-tier, and even multi-tier, the infinite tier or multi-dimensional Java software you could implement with Enterprise Edition. It is based largely on modular components running on different kinds of application or web servers, like Apache Tomcat or different things like that. So, what is the with this diagram? We have a simple scenario where we can distinguish between the SE or the Enterprise Edition. With the Standard Edition, we get management Windows Archive file WAR, the connector jar Java archive file, and the SE rule sessions, the persistence of database and file, which is composed in the SE. And similarly, with Enterprise Edition, we have the EAR, the jar, the persistence. Similarly, along with we have different kinds of object, plain object, plain simple Java object, enterprise Java beans, the stateful bean, stateless beans, and message driven beans, and things like that. Here we can use different stuffs. It is more complex. The enterprise edition is very complex as compared to standard edition. So if you are going to learn with enterprise edition, it is one of the major overhead a complex technology as compared to other implementations. It is far more complex than the PHP or Ruby on Rails or similar server implementations. However, the complexity helps you to design more secure and reliable ecosystem as compared to other backend technologies. The standard edition, as we all know, is the core. The enterprise edition consists of different kinds of libraries like Prime Faces, Java Server Faces, Java Server Page, JSP, that is the core thing, similar to PHP, or more things with different libraries. And you can develop your own libraries which could be implemented with Enterprise Java Beans uh, whenever you use. So a simple difference between the SE Enterprise Edition is that the Standard Edition is deployed over a desktop, or the Enterprise Edition is for internet. Similarly, we had a technology that mobile edition, but these are not used these days. In place of Java ME, we use Android Java or Kotlin for developing mobile applications, which is a member of Java family. So here we have different technologies that is being incorporated or used with Enterprise Edition of Java. We have servlets, we have JSF, Java Server Faces, the JSF Facelets, JSTL or Java Server Page Tag Library, the expression language for JSP and Facelets. We have JSP, we have Java Beans. The servlet are the core Java classes that we have to define for creating a request, getting a response, or for HTML pages. The same servlet pages can be written uh, other than by using Java. We can implement it with a JSP, that is simple text document that is compiled into the servlets, that is easy to read for those developers. Uh, Take a scenario, you are a Java developer and your friend is not a Java developer. He knows HTML, CSS, and PHP. So you are trying to build a server application. So if you are a Java developer and you are not familiar with HTML, you would certainly go with the servlet, the plain Java codes that are used to implement the backend logic or create a web pages with Enterprise Edition. Or if a PHP developer or HTML developer who don't know about Java, how to write Java programs, it would be better for him to learn JSP because it uses tags and different kinds of JSTL libraries that are similar to HTML and PHP more than Java. So for both kind of developers, we have the technology. However, you both can implement the same thing, the same backend logic with same power using either the servlet or the JSP. Similarly, we have different UI components that can be implemented with JSF. The server faces are the facelets that are hypertext HTMLs, extended HTMLs uh, that could be used with a JSP. And we also have an expression language that can be used in place of JSP as well. And when we have to use the different beans or kinds of temporary data storage or certain things, we can use the Java beans here. We are not going into very depth of the enterprise edition or either the standard edition, but we are the our objective here is to learn the difference between them and what we can do with these technologies. When it comes to enterprise edition, it can be integrated with different kinds of web libraries with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript like Servlet, and we can implement with a REST API, the POST API, the WebSockets, and the JSON, XML, and different things like that. We have the developer productivity with more annotated plain Java objects, boilerplate codes, and we can meet enterprise demands. We all know that different banking sites or banking implementations, transactions that are done these days are implemented with a Java due to its more security and functionality. There's a Java Enterprise Edition architecture, which consists of EJB, Enterprise Java Beans, JSP, Servlet. It issues the callback or enable functions that are initialized with the HTTP API or the client SSLs to the application server, where the application server uses the concurrency services or threads that could incorporate various standard editions or server editions, logic, or call the database or appropriate servers. It is quite complex and we're not going to in depth, but here to make you more familiar about these things. I'm just depicting basic things. In this enterprise editions, we have the browser from where a client can explore different kind of functionality, which may request different types of SSL secure socket layer or WebSocket request. We have the Java client that may be the desktop tool or a web utility, client website web page. Then we have different kinds of containerizations and different kinds of tools that are pre-installed on our application server residing on the server. The JDBC, JMS, Java Message Service, Java Database Connectivity, the connector tool, the Java Mail API, security modules, the web sockets, tag libraries, GSPs, and different kinds of things that are residing in the containers. Then we have the separate EJB Enterprise Java Beans container for compiling Java Beans. And then these are all linked to the database where all the data is stored. And we can implement the backend logic, fetching these libraries and APIs. We can create complex applications. With the JRE and the JDK, we already know the difference between them. With the JRE Java runtime environment, we have lesser things, and with JDK, which is a subset or superset of these things, we have more functionalities. So here is a comparison with the Java Enterprise Edition or the Server Edition comes in two ways, the Open Java or the Oracle Java. The Oracle Java, we have different kind of commercial things, and with the Open Java, we have more control over the technology, which is open source. The release cycle is roughly 2 years for on average. It will be releasing these things. So we already knew the difference between the standard edition and enterprise editions. Uh, Try to learn more and build your own solution. Keep learning and keep moving ahead.